Nigerians have been asking critical questions about the National Assembly and the role of its members. Now let's begin by describing the roles of members of the Parliament. Legislators have the responsibilities of representation, lawmaking and oversight. But the big question is, have they been performing well? In the past 10 years, controversy over zonal intervention projects, also known as constituency projects, and the execution of these projects have put the National Assembly in the eye of the storm. Welcome to Know Your Representative. I am Mariah Olasehinde.
Umaru Tanko Al-Makura is the immediate past governor of Nasarawa State. He was elected as a senator in 2019 under the All Progressives Congress Party. He was born in Lafia, Nasarawa State, and has a Bachelor of Education degree from Ahmadu Bello University with specialization in social studies. He has had a long and successful business career, working as a teacher, a journalist, and a businessman. In 1980, 2 years after he ventured into politics, Al-Makura emerged as the youth leader of the then National Party of Nigeria, NPN, in the then Plateau State, today's Plateau and Nasarawa State. As NPN youth leader, he became a member of the National Executive Committee, NEC, of the defunct NPN in the Second Republic. Between 1990 to 1992, he served as the state secretary of the defunct National Republican Convention NRC party in the then Plateau State. Presently, he is the senator representing Nasarawa South Senatorial District. Chairman Senate Committee on Solid Minerals, Mines, Steel Development and Metallurgy. Member Senate Committee on Army. Member Senate Committee on Police Affairs. Member Senate Committee on Appropriations. Member Senate Committee on National Planning. Member Senate Committee on Education, Basic and Secondary. Member Senate Committee on FCT.
Welcome back. Today I'm beaming my searchlight on the senator representing Nasarawa South Senatorial District, Senator Tanko Al-Makura. He was elected into office in 2019, and in a short while he has done a lot for his constituency. In this next report, let's see how the senator empowered his constituents and also advised the residents to continue to wash their hands regularly, maintain social distancing against the COVID-19 pandemic. The reports.
Senator representing Nasarawa South Senatorial District Umaru Al-Makura has advised residents of his constituency to continue to respect social distancing and stay-at-home order as COVID-19 spreads. He gave the advice while distributing 10,000 microloan to 2,000 beneficiaries in collaboration with the National Directorate of Employment, NDE, in Lafia, Nasarawa State Capital. Al-Makura said people should continue to follow government directives in order to prevent the spread of coronavirus in the state.
Coronavirus is real. Coronavirus is real. There is no any kind of hearsay or speculation or things that will make it not be what it is. We have seen people fall and die. We have seen people become so sick, not only here, not only in Nasarawa, not only in Nigeria, but in the whole world. So the greatest prevention, the greatest medicine against this is prevention. Prevention is the greatest medicine because prevention is better than cure. I would want us to emphasize more on prevention, and we should not leave the government alone to handle all this.
He said the ongoing lockdown imposed on the people of Nasarawa State and other government policies on COVID-19 were government efforts meant to prevent the spread of COVID-19 pandemic in the country. The senator stated that the disbursement was apt owing to the challenges bedeviling the country and the world at large, occasioned by the outbreak of COVID-19.
There couldn't have been a better time than now, when the challenges bedeviling us are so overwhelming, especially with the COVID-19 challenges that is global. I believe this support will go a long way in alleviating the suffering of our people who are less privileged to have the wherewithals to handle their businesses. One might look at 10,000 as something small, but if you consider the woman that sells in the market, you consider the vulcanizer, and a host of them, these are the people that most desire and deserve this support. And I believe, looking at the genuineness of the people who are gathered here to benefit from this laudable support by NDE, this support will go a long way in turning around the life of these people, especially at this material time when it is not easy to make a living due to lockdown and so many things.
He said the ongoing lockdown imposed on the people of Nasarawa State and other government policies on COVID-19 were government efforts meant to prevent the spread of COVID-19 pandemic in the country. The senator stated that the disbursement was apt owing to the challenges bedeviling the country and the world at large, occasioned by the outbreak of COVID-19.
In this next report, let's see how Senator Tanko Am-Makura donated food items to his constituency as palliatives to ease hardship due to the stay-at-home order. Al-Makura, while delivering the food items in Lafia, explains that the gesture was in fulfillment of part of his campaign promises to see to the needs of members of his senatorial zone at all times. He said the effort was to cushion the effects of the stay-at-home order by the state government.
5 local government areas in Nasarawa South, Lafia, Doma, Obi, Kiena, and Awe, which made up the senatorial zone of Senator Am-Makura, has received food items from their senator. Senator Am-Makura gave each local government 500 bags of rice, and each electoral ward would get 50 bags.
In line with this most laudable efforts of the federal government and the state, and indeed other public-spirited individuals, I feel as a senator representing Nasarawa South Senatorial District should also extend my support by way of reliefs and palliatives to the people of my constituency. No matter how little we feel we should get these palliatives and relief to all the nooks and crannies of the constituency.
Al-Makura advised members of the senatorial zone to maintain personal hygiene by constantly washing their hands and maintain social distancing. He therefore urged them to continue to adhere strictly to government safety measures to contain the spread of the disease in the state. He maintained that he would continue to assist more members of the senatorial zone, especially the poor of the poorest.
My guest today is the immediate past governor of Nasarawa State, who is now in the Senate in the Red Chambers, Senator Tanko Al-Makura. He is a senator representing Nasarawa South Senatorial District. Thank you, distinguished, for joining us on your representative.
Well, thank you very much. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. So we'll take it from the office that you left, the old office and the new office. What has changed?
These are two different worlds. And I can say virtually everything has changed. One, from the environment. Two, from the roles. One place. And although also the relationship between one and his constituency. As a governor, you have the entire state as your own constituency, and you relate to virtually everyone in the state through avenues through which governance has provided. As an executive governor, you are the chief security officer of the state. You are the chief welfare officer of the state. You can even be said to be the chief facility officer of the state. So you can see the tremendous amount of responsibility that is on the shoulders of whoever is a governor of a state. You are totally committed to ensuring the survival of the people of your state. I say survival because your role encompasses virtually every aspect of human life. That's the governor for you. But as a legislator, it's a different kettle of fish. You are more concerned, even though you have a constituency, your constituency is only part of the constituency that you used to hold as a governor. Secondly, your preoccupation as a lawmaker is to see to the well-being not only of your own constituency, but the country at large.
So tell us about your relationship with you and your constituents. What kind of relationship do you have with your constituents?
As far as I'm concerned, I think at this stage, as a legislator, your relationship with your community, with your constituency, to me appears even much more close than it was when one was a governor, because the area of operation has been limited to about 1/3 of the state. So that interpersonal one-on-one relationship increases with the role as a senator. You have the opportunity of meeting more people and at a one-on-one kind of relationship. And I would like to believe that as a legislator, you relate with people more practically, more naturally, because all the trappings, the paraphernalia that goes with the office of the governor are not there. And I believe also that even the way the people relate to you will be more realistic, because you have all the time to probe beyond doubts what anybody is telling you. And you have also time to look into their issues more exhaustively, more personally, and more practically.
So what more plans do you have for your people in terms of constituency projects? What do you have in your mind to do for them?
What I have been thinking about in terms of delivery, in terms of what I should do to my community or my constituency, I divided into 3. Be part of my colleagues in the Senate to provide a legislation that will correct or facilitate certain things that are peculiar to my constituency. There are certain things that are needed to be legislated upon to make it statutory, to make it governmental. only be possible when you legislate. So there are certain things that bedevil the community, there are certain things that the community aspires to attain or to get, but you cannot get that without having the fiat of the parliament and of course the blessing of the executive. So such things are what I'm concerned with. That's one. Number two, to also ensure that those constituency projects that the legislature allows for members to deploy to their own constituencies, I make sure I get the best of them. All that is required for me to do for my constituency officially, I will ensure whichever ministry, whichever department, whichever agency, that I make sure that that support goes to my constituency. Then the third, like I said, is personal, to see what I can do to add value to the people of my community, either officially or unofficially.
As a senator, definitely you have your constituents, and I'm sure you've done some palliatives for your people. So let's talk about the palliatives you've given to these people as a succor to reduce the suffering. I know you've given about 3,000 bags of rice, and you've done a lot. But let's hear from you yourself, the things you've done for your people in terms of palliatives.
For the past 6 weeks, I have visited Lafia every weekend in the past 6 weeks, or 8 weeks, so to say, to ensure the delivery of one relief material or palliatives or another. We started with distribution of 2 trailers of rice to people within my 5 local government constituencies. We deployed the distribution of generator sets, gen sets, to traditional rulers and other prominent individuals who are centers of meeting people, to provide power for them so that when people come, they would use the opportunity to sensitize them and enlighten them. We have also distributed clothes, we have distributed maize, cattle, cows. Only last week we distributed cows to each and every ward within Lafia Metropolis. This is all to relieve them of the burden of this lockdown, where people who otherwise were earning their living and paying their bills now cannot go to work, cannot earn a living. Hence, they deserve some of this support to ensure that the lockdown is not too biting, and also the fasting also is also given some kind of relief.
You also gave cash gifts. You also gave cash gifts to...
Yes, we have also facilitated a kind of joint support with NDE, where more than 2,000 people were given 10,000 across the 5 local government areas. I've also collaborated with Border for Community Agency, other communities, agencies where certain projects like renovations of schools, like putting up bridges and culverts in areas that are obscure, have all been done within this short period of time. So these are the kind of support I deployed to my constituency, especially at this time when economic situation is hitting hard across the board.
But in terms of the sensitization aspects now for your constituents, you know we have the local town criers who can go around and tell them, okay, don't the language, the local language they understand.
Yes.
So in terms of this sensitization, have you ensured much are done in your constituencies?
Oh, yes, I took it headlong. I have met prominent people from my constituency and talked to them, enlightened ones, they already know. But I have foot soldiers who go to each and every ward to extend the enlightenment and publicity that the state government and the federal government is doing, because as responsible citizens, we should not leave the government alone to handle everything. So part of the sensitization, I have what I call the foot soldiers in each constituency ward to enlighten people. What is more, I've also extended my enlightenment to people with disability. Because all this while, apart from the sign languages you see, until very recently, the people living with disability appear to be in the dark, especially the deaf. The blind, yes, can hear the radio or the TV. So I had to organize a sensitization for people with disability where most of them are put in different places and we have been enlightened about the protection, the protocols regarding virtually every aspect of the lockdown. And I am so happy that they have received it with tremendous amount of appreciation, and that has also given them some amount of protection against the affliction.
Distinguished, I want a word of assurance from you to your constituents. They've elected you in to represent them, at least for 4 years now. So I want a word of assurance from you to them.
No, thank you very much. I think you are a wonderful communication expert, because after all said and done, if one cannot communicate with the constituency, it will turn to naught. So I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak in my mother language, which is Hausa, to communicate with my constituents on what we have discussed so far. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Al'umman mazaɓan Nasarawa ta Kudu da majalisar dattijai a jihar Nasarawa, wanda suka kunshi karamar hukumar lafiya da na Obi da na Doma da na Kiyana da na Awai. Da farko ina so muku godiya matuƙa da yadda kuka taimaka wurin zaɓe na zamanto ɗan majalisar dattijai mai wakiltan ku a Abuja. Na jaddada muku kuma na tabbatar muku da cewa wannan dama da kuka bani kun wakilce ku, zan tafi da shi bisa amana, bisa gaskiya da adalci da jin kai na duk mutumin da ke wannan mazaɓa, da babba ne, yaro ne, namiji ne, mace ne, musulmi ne, krista ne, ɗan jam'iyya ta APC ce ko ɗan PDP ce ko ɗan kowane fati, inda a wannan mazaɓa kake baƙo ne ko ɗan gari, na tabbatar maka da cewa ka kwantar da hankalinka, ka samu wakili wanda zai kamanta yi maka abu tsakani da Allah wurin neman wani irin dokoki za mu yi da ya kyautata rayuwanku a wannan mazaɓa, da kuma idan gwargwaron hali abubuwan da gwamnati za su yarda mu ma al'umma na wannan mazaɓa kamar da ake a kowane mazaɓa a ƙasa, da Allah za mu tabbatar duk abin da ya zama to hakkinku za mu kawo muku ba tare da jinkiri ba. Da ƙarshe na son ƙara gode muku da yadda kuka zauna da junanku da lafiya da kuma zaman lafiya. Na ƙara muku gargaɗi da nasiha da cewa mu zauna lafiya tsakaninmu, kuma mu goyi bayan gwamnati wurin yin abubuwa da suka mana zaman lafiya da bunƙasar arziki. Allah ya samu dace.
So, na gode sir.
Na ni ma na gode. Thank you very much.
That's our package for today. Join me again next week for another interesting edition as I bring you another lawmaker who has impacted positively in the lives of his constituents at the grassroots level. Until then, stay safe, maintain social distancing. If you must go out, ensure you wear a face mask. Please follow us on our social media handles showing on your screen. Thanks for watching. I am Mariah Olasehinde.